Hi, welcome to 100% LCFC. My name's Phil, and this is our weekly Monday night Fanzone show. Goodness me, lots and lots and lots of things to talk about tonight. We did a little brief question and answer show this at lunchtime, asking you guys what you wanted to talk about. So we've got a few things we've put up on screen, but again, as ever, this is your show. We want to hear your comments. We want to know what's going on, and we want to know what you think. What are the big topics? I can put people's comments straight up on the screen. Jethro Woodward has said some of the senior players are at it again. So that's interesting. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Jeff. Joe Simpson saying, how come Shaky got sacked? He helped us win the Premiership, and he got sacked after a 1-1 draw to West Brom. So that's interesting as well. Get your comments in. If you can like and share the video, that would be absolutely brilliant. And let us know what you think about the away defeat to Burnley. Is that the end of it? We've got Southampton. It's so ironic this Thursday. Obviously, Puel's old team. Let us know your views on that. Now, I'll shut up for a minute because I'm going to bring into our show tonight a guest. A lot of you will recognise Chris Forian from Leicester Till I Die. Chris runs Leicester Till I Die. How are you, Chris?
I'm not so bad, thank you, Phil. How are you?
I'm very good. Thanks a lot for joining us tonight, Chris. Lots and lots of things to talk about. I'm just pulling in some fans' comments. Hello to Anthony Lowe. Hi to Harry. Hi to Jason. Thanks for watching as ever, Jason. Get your comments in. What do you think, Chris? I think the big topic for some people tonight or yesterday, I'm sure you've seen it on your Leicester Till I Die group pages and that. A lot of talk about Puel. Should he be in charge still for next season? I think people are talking about not sacking him now. People looking to next season, Chris.
Let's go and ask Watford, Leeds, West Brom fans, does changing the manager so often really work? Um, I think Phil has to be given time. I mean, he's come in a team that has played a certain way successfully and obviously very successfully because he won the league. But teams are finding this out. And apart from probably the top six, the rest of the league set up to nullify that. They're not giving Vardy the space, they're marking Mahrez out. So you've got to have a guy that's going to come in and go, maybe we do need to change this. Maybe we do need to play a different way. And that's not going to happen overnight. And that's not going to happen necessarily with the same set of players. And I think I'm starting to wonder about Bell, but he's got to be given time. You know, changing the manager all the time. So, okay, let's bring a new manager in. What's going to happen? He's going to come in with his ideas. He's going to come in with another set of players. We're going to waste more money buying different players because he doesn't like the players that Pro bought. When does it end? I think you've got to give him the close season, bring in his players, and then give him a season and see where we go.
So, Chris, you're very much there saying not really the time to chop and change this summer. Got it. You've got the manager in. You've got to give him a little bit longer.
Yeah, if you look at, I think it was March fixtures, apart from the Chelsea loss, we won two and drew one. Bad couple of results the last few weeks, I agree. And we seem to sort of need to go a couple of goals behind. And before, we just played the last few games of the second half. We'd be well away. But that's something that he's going to have to sort out. I think there's a couple of players there that are maybe sort of past the sell-by date. We all know who they probably are. But it's going to take time to change. And in fairness, well, it's a difficult job, I think, for anybody coming into Leicester because you've got this side that won us the Premier League. Majority of the players, a lot of them are still there or still part of the squad. To come in and change those players, he would be absolutely crucified. Comes in, he doesn't change the players, he's crucified for not getting results. You've got to give them time. And okay, Shakespeare was given a close season. We must remember where we were with Shakespeare when Pro took over. If you go back to was it October when we were sort of 17th, if we said, "Oh, we'll give you eighth in the quarter final in the FA Cup," you'd have bitten my hand off.
Well, exactly, Chris. I mean, somebody saying that Mark Hughes has got, Jason Mill says Hughes has got Southampton playing well. Phil will struggle against them on Thursday. We'll come on to that in a minute about Southampton's game.
Yeah.
you're just saying that you think Puel's got to be given longer, given a transfer window. My question to you, Chris Lightly, is: do we believe that the Leicester City managers, whether it's Craig Shakespeare, whether it's Claude Puel, whether it is Claudio Ranieri, do you think any of those managers are actually signing the players or getting the players, or is it that transfer structure at the club seems to be a question mark at the moment for a lot of fans?
Who knows? And we'll never know 100% to that question. I mean, we'd like to think if I was going in as a manager somewhere, my job's on the line, so I'm going to have some say in who's signing. You want me to, as a manager, or let's say, well, wants to be a manager, he wants to manage the club. His job is on the line, depending on the results. So he's having to play with, or use players that he doesn't want to sign. Surely that's going to be wrong. And I think they've got to have had some say. I think they really have. I think to say that the manager has no say in it at all, I can't believe that.
Well, I mean, I certainly think that it was Claude Puel who was attributed to the Diabate signing, wasn't it, in January?
Yes, and you can see the link there. I mean, we don't do so bad with some of our French signings, do we? Let's
No,
or signings in the French divisions.
I
I'm
mean,
not particularly convinced about him, but yeah, I think he had some say in that one. Um, I think the problem we've got as well is we had a golden period where the way that we signed players, the way that we scouted them, was probably the best not in England, certainly almost if you like in Europe. We know the success it brought us, and that has slowly broken down with different people leaving the club and what have you. And we will never ever get back to that stage. And if you look, I don't think we've got any signings have we left that Ranieri's made. Certainly, maybe only one or two. I mean, most of them have left the club in one
well,
form or another,
I
out
mean,
on loan or,
I mean
or, or whatever.
that's probably been not our downfall because I don't want to. We haven't got a downfall, but just probably that summer after we won the Premier League, we really didn't capitalise. I think everybody knows the transfers that summer didn't work. Although it was interesting to see Slimani quite heavily involved in Newcastle's win yesterday against Arsenal. Certainly involved in the second game, in the second goal.
That's top law, isn't it? You let a
Yes,
player go.
yeah,
I mean, you know, I was a great lover of Musa, and I think you're looking, look at what he's doing now. He's
well,
banging them in for fun, but he's being played in the position that he should be being played in, which he hardly ever was. I mean, you look at him when we signed him. Everybody's going on about Diabate, going, "Oh, what a great signing! He scored a couple of goals when we signed him." Yeah, that was against Peter in the FA Cup. Musa did it against Barcelona in the champ, whatever that cup was called. I can't remember what it was called
the
now.
International Cup or whatever.
Yeah,
Steve Gibson has come in and says he comments. Rudkin makes the transfer decisions. Not many top managers will come here because of that. Should Puel go? I think lots of clubs have directors of football and a different structure, haven't they, Chris? Now of how they
they
make
do,
signings.
but I would still say that any manager worth their salt would insist when they came in on that they have some say in the transfer. It's like I'm a team leader where I work, and when they sort of I take anybody on in my team, I have a say in who that is going to be. I don't necessarily have the final say; my manager does. But as team leader, I've got to have a say in who's playing for me. And I honestly think the managers would be stupid not to. Surely,
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Chris, we've talked a little bit about Puel. Well, there was some conversation earlier about if Puel was to go in the summer, sort of managers who might come in. People keep saying Rafa Benitez. I don't think for a second he would come to Leicester and leave what he's building at Newcastle. So I think
yeah.
that's
Let's be honest with you. We've got to remember that some fans seem to think that we've won the Premier League and now everybody's walking over hot coals to get to us.
yeah.
It's not. It's not going to happen. We are almost where we
But
top 10 team.
yeah,
We're going to find it hard to break into the top six again in the short term. We're not having the big names that are beating the past the door. Otherwise, we'd have got them in already. I mean, Ranieri at the time inspired very few people. All right, history proves them wrong. But we didn't have the big managers knocking on our door, and it's the same names that go around. I mean, who do you get? Who do you want to get come if you get to the 12? Alan Pardew.
yeah. No, I agree.
Who
And
get it? You know?
I was speaking with Lee Chapman earlier, and he said to me, he said, if you take out the season we won the Premier League, which was a bit of an anomaly, God, I can nearly say
Yeah,
it. If you
it
take that season out, we stayed up the first year. Last year we sort of progressed up to 12th or 13th, and then this year, if we were going 8th, we're sort of the club is heading in the right direction. If you take out the fact we won the
is.
Premier League,
Yeah, but that's what a lot of people are grabbing hold of, and I think a lot of people are forgetting that was, like you say, it was an anomaly.
I'm glad you can say
And
it.
I've had a drink,
Yeah,
but and I think that does cloud a lot of people's judgment. You know, like I say, if you'd have given me 3 or 4 years into the Premier, into the Premier League, say an eighth in the quarter final in the FA Cup, would I have taken that? Yes, I would.
yeah, absolutely. Chris, in the summer, there's going to be, well, I think, I wonder if you agree, quite a lot of players, perhaps more players than we think, are probably going to leave the club. What do you think to that?
I think
Whoever's in charge.
yeah, because I think an overhaul is needed. We've got a lot of players there that have been with us a long time, um, and I thought I must admit, and I think this might still happen in the summer. One of the things Pro's come in, he's come in with no baggage. He's got, he doesn't come in. I say no baggage. That's probably the wrong phrase. He hasn't come in with any like, you must keep this player, you must keep that player. Ranieri came in and did what he did basically with Pearson's squad. Shakespeare basically was using the same players again. We're still kind of using a lot of the same players again. But we have to, if we're not careful, we're going to be, rather than changing one or two at a time and just gradually get them into the club, we're going to end up we're going to have to replace 5 or 6 all in one go. And that's not going to be good for the team, I don't think.
Chris, we're dodging back to the managers debate because lots of fans are putting comments in. And here's a name to make you chuckle, but I've heard it bandied around, and we've sort of forgiven him to an extent. The club and chairman obviously have because he's manager at OH Leverkusen or however you say that. But
Yeah.
Nigel Pearson, is he waiting in the wings to be brought back?
I mean,
Else, what
I,
else is he doing at OH, whatever they're called?
I, I always said that you should never go back, and that's why I never wanted O'Neill to come back
Yeah,
because what he did for us, if he comes back and it doesn't happen again, it's never the same. Pearson obviously threw that out of the water when he came back the first time. I'm a great fan of Pearson. You know, he maybe needed to take some lessons in how to sort of handle the reporters, what have you. But you could see what he was trying to do. He was trying to defend his players. He was trying to stand up to the team. He was trying to do basically what Mourinho does, but just not as good. And that's deflect all the thing about us losing week in, week out, and get the focus on him. Didn't do it particularly well, but on the pitch, God, yeah, I mean, if you look at the record, he's one of our most successful managers. And yes, he can be stubborn. Yes, he's good at what would we have won the league with him? Possibly not. But like you said, that totally wasn't an anomaly. If he was to come back, not necessarily my choice, but I wouldn't particularly moan. But I
okay.
still honestly think we should stick with 12 for the season.
Yeah. Other names that are chucked in the hat, Chris. People like saying Arsene Wenger if he leaves Arsenal in the summer.
No, thank you.
Roberto Mancini, I find that an interesting one.
He doesn't want to come. I mean, when we got Ranieri, to me, he was the obvious choice. He got the history with us, done it with Manchester City. If he was going to come, he would have, I think, come already.
Yeah.
And it's okay to say, like, yes, we should get this manager, we should get that manager. We're Leicester City. We're not Manchester City. They're not going to be beating the door down to get to us. And most of the managers that we probably would go for are, as in Ranieri, as in Fell, are going to be out of a job when we go for them.
Yeah, Stuart Childs is saying here, does anybody remember that manager we had who had a really bad start and all the fans were saying he was rubbish, but then he turned things around? Oh, yeah, that was Martin O'Neill. Stuart saying give Puel a full season and a transfer window, which is pretty much, Chris, what you were saying.
Yeah.
Chris, I'm going to move on from the manager situation. I'm going to ask you Dragovic or Morgan to play on Thursday.
Only one for me in Dragovic.
You're a Dragovic man
Yeah,
for now.
well, the problem is with a goalkeeper, with defenders. They make a mistake, cost the goal, and it's out there for all to see. Morgan, I love Morgan to bits for what he's done. He's captain fantastic, but he's one of the ones that I said right at the start, clinging on to, we're clinging on to it. He's how old now? Has he got the legs? Every week we seem to go, oh, Morgan again, and Morgan's cost us this, and Morgan's cost us that. Maybe he needs to maybe step down, go on the subs bench, come on at the last minute if we're up against it and we're holding on to a 1-0 lead, stick him in the back, take a couple of defenders out with him when he's trying to, defend. But I think it's time, like I said before, with a few other players, to go and go, right, that's it now, let's move on. Thank you very much. It was good. We can't stick with those players that won us the Premier League because that's what they did for the next 5 or 6 seasons. And I think Morgan, love him to bits, but he is coming up to past himself, I think.
I mean, Jason comes in here. Jason says, we can debate all we want about Dragovic and Morgan, but we all know fine well whose name is already on the team sheet for Thursday.
But that's what I said earlier, isn't it? If Quell had come in and dropped Morgan straight away, everybody would have been up in arms. Oh, he can't drop Captain Fantastic. Oh, he's done this. He won us the league, blah, blah, blah. It's he's damned if he does and damned if he doesn't. And Joe has just said then, yes, Dragovic was playing absolutely fine. Why did Wes just come back in and get his place back,
Well, possibly trying to defend Wes a little bit because he's club captain. He's been pretty darn fantastic with us from the Championship right up to winning the Premier League and into Europe. A lot of people say Wes has been sort of shielded a little bit playing with Robert Huth and with Kante that season. But I think Wes is a darn good player, but he just looks a bit ring rusty, Chris, at the moment. And if there's a mistake to be made, it looks like poor old Wes is getting caught out in it.
There's 2 players that seem to be being pulled up for their mistakes being highlighted. Wes Morgan and Ben Chilwell. Both of them are defenders.
But both...
And Casper as well, in fairness.
And who? Casper.
And
yeah.
He is club captain. He is captain fantastic. He has done a lot for us. But does that mean in 5 years' time, it's still Wes Morgan, we've still got to pick him because he's signed? Yeah, great. Give him a new contract because I think he's a fantastic squad player now. And as I say, you want somebody to come on for the last 15 minutes and put their head in where it hurts and get the boot to keep that, slender lead. He could be your man. I just think Dragovic did nothing wrong. We were pretty solid at the back when he was playing with, in the back 4 with Maguire. I don't think he did anything wrong. And, it's the age-old argument, isn't it? It's do you drop a player because they're good, like you say, they're the captain, so they come straight back in? Do they have any right to do that? Or should you stick with the player who's got the shirt until, he does something wrong?
Yeah, I mean, you say that Morgan and Chilwell have come in for some criticism. They were both directly very much involved in Burnley's first goal after 8 minutes on Saturday. Morgan giving the ball away. And then for me, Chilwell playing a player on side by being 8 to 10 yards behind the rest of his defence and not holding a decent line. So
Chilwell's young. Chilwell's still learning.
Yeah, I like Chilwell.
I do. I was glad he didn't go to Liverpool, but I do question his defensive qualities. I think he's absolutely fantastic going forward, but I think he needs to play in front of Fuchs. Because I think, Fuchs has got the defensive know-how and the experience that Ben hasn't at the moment. But Ben, more upfield, more sort of say, as a winger rather than a defender. I think that's where his strength lies. When he's got the ball and he's running at the defence, it's amazing what he can do sometimes. But I think, again, it shows the lack of depth in our squad. And probably things like the right back position and the left back position are maybe positions we need to look at.
Well, yeah, the right back position we just haven't really got any cover, have we? We've got Amati if he's fit or not, but he's got I think he's still got a hamstring. A few people saying, even should we drop Casper for Thursday and put Hamer in? For me, that's just silly. I think stick with Casper. He's he probably out.
I mean, I actually when we lost to Chelsea in the FA Cup, and who knows what went through Casper's mind, and then the next game and the game after he saved the penalty. I mean, again, to me, despite what I said, I think Casper has dug us out of a hole so many times.
Yeah.
And Hamer. I never had anything against Hamer, and I think it was a shame when he was dropped down to number 3 under Ranieri. But what happened now? I'm going to trouble with this one. Yapokovic, that the goalkeeper we got from Hull. Again, who's got Premier League experience? What's happened to him?
Well, again, that helps me highlight the transfer policy, because you've signed a keeper who had a pretty decent side for season last year for Hull, and yet this year, he signed for £3 million. He would want to play. He's not left Hull to come to Leicester and be second or third choice, has he?
Oh, exactly. Again,
I can't think.
the problem is, I think the thing is, people, when it comes to transfers, it's easy to blame Ruskin, but nobody knows really what's going on. Nobody knows, and we never will do. You know what I mean? But like you say, our transfer policy, since I think we broke up the team that we had under Pearson, I think has gone a little bit astray, to say the least.
Yeah, so big. Chris, let's have a bit of a chat about Thursday, Southampton. I'm looking forward to it. I don't think there's much left to play for this season, apart from finishing maybe 8th now. I think 7th has gone. Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you have a look, I think since about mid-December, apart from 1 week, we've been 8th every week, because when we've lost, other teams have lost. And our problem was that when the few times that Burnley lost, we didn't capitalise on it. I think we're not going to make 7th now. And even though, 7th, there's no guarantee that Arsenal are going to win the Europa League and let the 7th place team get into Europe. So there's no guarantee of that anyway. But I think 7th's gone now. I've actually worked with a Southampton season ticket holder, and he's actually really confident. Because if you look how they played at the start against Chelsea, and the game that they had before, they played, I don't know who it was now, but
they were doing very well against Arsenal, weren't they? I think they lost
oh,
against Chelsea
yeah,
and Arsenal. They just couldn't hold on.
Like we have been doing for these last few games, they could easily go away with 3 points. He's sat at work and he's saying, right, we've got these teams coming up. He's looking at how many points he could get to survive, and he's looking at taking 3 points off us. And I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
But Chris, my slight fear for Thursday is that the irony is that it's Southampton who we all know what happened, that where Puel's come from. I think if Puel, I'm just sort of guessing that if we lose at home in another poor, boring performance to Southampton, there will be a lot of fans. We ran polls, by the way, yesterday. We didn't want to on whether Puel in or Puel out. I really didn't want to do it, but so many fans were saying, let's see what the reaction is. And it was almost 50-50. But I think after 6 or 7 months, to have a 50-50 response to your new manager, if we lose on Thursday, I'm sure those polls will be different on Friday.
It is, because we're fickle lotters fans, aren't we? And if we go out and do what we did to them in the last time when we played them, I think it was Puel's first game, wasn't it? We beat them 4-1.
Yeah.
It will be the other way. So, yeah, polls are what they are. They're a snapshot at that moment, and it could go either way. But I just don't see the point. What has he been given, Crow? He hasn't been given. He can't. When he came in, yes, I think he had the January transfer window or just, but he couldn't do an awful lot. He hadn't been here long enough to assess the players himself. And there was the talk that he knew a lot about the team when he came in, and he was well prepared for his interview. But you've got to give a manager time. You really, really have. It's scary to think what would have happened if we were playing like we are now when he took over. I think we could be struggling. But the fact is, we're not. And like I say, go back to March. We played 4 games in March. The FA Cup was the loss, but we drew with Bournemouth and we won the next 2. West Brom and again, I forget who it was. But March wasn't bad. Yes, we've had a couple of losses against teams that you would think we should win. But hey, West Brom and Albion beat Man United last night.
Yeah, I know that was. I thought
that draw not too bad then, doesn't it?
No, it was. It was strange when we won the league when we didn't play, wasn't it, that night? But I
Yes.
think I think Man City were totally not expecting that yesterday. They didn't have it
I've
was
got again because I live on the south live and work on the south coast. I've got a lot of fans that have moved there from all over the country. And again, there's a Man City season ticket holder there, Leicester. And yeah, she just came up to me and just shook her head and go, "How did that happen?"
yeah.
You take whichever way it comes. But yeah, you've got to say, West Brom beating Man United. That's the sort of thing the way the league is at the moment. You know, but
Sam Perkins says, "Will the players actually turn up for the first half for once on Thursday?" We have been. I thought the Burnley game, to be fair, Chris, I thought after the first 10 minutes, I thought we were the better side. I thought we had the better chances. We played better. We were just already 2-0 down, and it was a tough battle from there for us.
doesn't take that to wake us up.
Well,
You
yeah, it
know,
seems to be.
and again, if I've got a criticism of Quell, it's like, is he going? I'd say, if I was Quell and I'm looking at that way we played, just changes need to be made. Like I say, maybe Chilwell, maybe Morgan. They should be looking at that now and going, right, yeah, I need to make the changes. Whether
Yeah.
he will or not, it will be seen.
Well, yeah. For Thursday, you think Morgan will be in, not even though you would put Dragovic in,
Yes, I think Morgan. I think it's a certainty, but
and you
like I
think.
wouldn't miss it.
And again, you think it'd be Simpson, Maguire, Morgan, and probably Chilwell again at the back, and
Yeah,
Casper.
yeah. I don't have a problem. I mean, Casper in goal. Yeah, I think it'd be silly to drop him personally. Simpson, he does what he does what he does. He's not a. I don't think he's ever been particularly a bad player. I see one or two criticisms of him, but nothing, generally. Um, Maguire, goes without saying, doesn't it? Really,
Yeah,
he's got the team sheet. And then I would have Dragovic, and I would have Fritz back.
yeah. And then the midfield again. Silva didn't have the best games. Chowdhury looked all right, but that's all we've got. Oh, well, Ndidi back, I suppose, isn't he, for Thursday? I believe.
We've got
So
Ndidi back, and
Ndidi and Silva, I would guess.
yeah, I think that's the choice I would go for. I
Yeah,
think we are limited on choice. And I don't think Chowdhury had particularly a bad game. And the guy that does my man of the match, Picton's man of the match,
yeah.
uh, certainly. I don't think he did anything particularly wrong.
No.
But I think in the short term, it's always going to be two of the DD Silva and Ibora. When Ibora's fit, it's always going to be two of those three.
I mean, I'd like to see us go for it on Thursday night. Again, if we're eighth, we've got nothing to fear, nothing to lose. So, can we play two up front? I mean, the Newcastle game, we didn't have a shot on target till the 84th minute, Chris. Can we play Can we play a bit more attacking this Thursday, please?
I'd love to see that. He is trying to give us more possession. I think we've had more possession in the 12 than we've had under, and that's showing up in the fact that we're changing our style of play.
Yeah, but that's side to side, back to back, isn't it, Chris? It's crabbing around.
It is, but there's the old saying, they're playing devil's advocate here. As long as we've got the ball, they ain't going to score.
Yeah,
But we obviously need to do something when we've got the ball. I mean, I remember rest in peace Ray Wilkins. He was always known as like the crab player, wasn't it? Passing it sideways, not going forward, but he always kept possession. But yeah, no, I agree with you. I'd like to see us get. What have we got to lose now? If we finish 8th or finish 10th, it's going to be no different.
Chris, we have to finish very shortly. Score predictions. So if anybody wants to put in the comments below what the score predictions are, I'm going to be honest. We can't give pizzas away at the moment because nobody guesses the scores right because it's normally a player from the other team who scores first, and we've lost or not had great results. So if you want to put in the comments below. What you think the first goal scorer was going to be and the final score. Chris, I'm going to ask you in a minute, but I'm just also going to... We ran a little competition yesterday, which was what's in the bag. So literally, our pals from ADT's, Peters, and the Blues Bar gave us some money to go down and buy some stuff from the shop. I'm going to show you what was in it, and then I'll pick a winner and put it in the comments at the end. What did we have in it? We had one of these magazines, the new LCFQ. I don't know what that is different to a match day programme. Just
Money.
Money. Money, Chris
Yeah.
says. Well, there's lots of stuff. So that's one thing that was in there. And there's also... Is this money as well then, Chris? Look, I'm just getting it out. It's a Fox and Crop shirt. Can you see that? It's
Yeah,
quite
well,
nice.
how,
Now,
how, how much are you paying for one of them?
how much? Too much, probably. What do you like, Fox and Crop stuff, Chris, or not?
To be honest with you,
Or,
it sounds awful, but what you're paying just to have a logo on the corner there, yeah, no, I won't spend the money on it. Take me to Primark any day.
well, so you don't want to win it then, Chris?
Sorry?
So you that's took you out of the prize competition. Then you can't win it.
That is, I'm out of it. I'm out
So
of
that
it.
that
Yeah.
was what was in it. It was one of these LCFCQ money makers, as Chris calls it, and a Fox and Crop that's a load of rubbish as well, according to Chris. But it's in there. I'll pick somebody out. Chris, let's finish off with some score predictions. I'll come to you right at the end. I'll keep everybody on tender hooks to hear your prediction. Gareth Taylor is saying 3-1 to Leicester, but Southampton to score first. That's an interesting one. Mitchell says 2-2, but who do you think is going to score first? Mitchell. Aggie's going 1-1. Chris Allen saying 3-0. Don't forget, first goal scorer Mitchell said Vardy to score first. Lee Hinton is saying 1-1 with Austin to score first. Charlie Austin often does score against Leicester, so he's not a bad pick there.
Right, they're coming to us as well.
And Simpson is saying Ndidi should be back in the team, so I think it'll be 3-1 to Leicester. Sam Perkins is saying 1-1. Simon Gimpson is saying 4-3 to Leicester, but who do you think is going to score first? Quite 4-3, Chris. That's going to be a great game.
Oh, that's one worth watching.
What the last one? Chris Allen 3-0. Mares to score first. Chris, tell us it's going to be a Leicester win, a great game, and who's going to score first, please?
I unfortunately can't see it because I know
Oh.
Southampton. They're in the bottom three. They are desperate for the points. I
Yeah.
actually asked them, are half of our players on the beach already?
Do you think so? Really?
Sorry?
You really think that? Because a lot of people have said it. Do you think
I
professional players can do
when you
that?
look at the way we played those first halves, yes, because we're not awake. But I would never ever predict against a loss to Leicester. I would never predict against
You
two.
can't because you run Leicester till I die, Chris. So I'm
Exactly.
afraid, a bit like
So
100% LCFC, you're not allowed to predict us to lose.
I'm going to go. I'm going to go 2-2.
Right.
I think I wouldn't be surprised if Austin will score first. I
So
think that's the way we've been playing recently. But they are scrapping for it, and I hope we beat them. And if we do, they are really in the mire then. But you look at the way they played against Arsenal, you look at the way they played against Chelsea, look at the way we played the last two games at the start, and it is a little bit scary.
Mark Damon has predicted 3-0 with a Simpson hat trick. How many pizzas should he win if that actually comes true?
I think you should get the result with the street, mate.
A lot of people saying Austin's going to score first. Stuart's gone for Austin and 1-0. I've got to go for.
Can I ask you a question about this, though? Charlie Austin, and I live in Poole, and I can remember watching him when he used to play for Poole Town Football Club before he made his first move. Rumours that he might be coming to us, or we might be interested if they go down. Would you sign him?
Well, about 2 years ago, Chris, Charlie Austin, when he was when QPR went down, which I can't remember the year, I was banging the drum saying, why are we not buying an English striker who's got proven goals at the Premier League level? And that was a couple of years ago. He's not quite. He's had a few injuries, hasn't he? I think Charlie Austin.
He
The
has.
last year.
He has. He has struggled with his injuries. I agree with you there. I think we offered something like £1 million less than they wanted in the January window, and they wouldn't sell him. And then they ended up selling him. I think they wanted something like 15, and we were offering him 12 or something like that. And then they ended up selling him for 3 million at the end of the season when they went down.
Well, I thought that was a bargain. So,
Yeah.
if South? I mean, there's quite a lot. That's a whole load of debate about which to go and cherry pick some players. Somebody was saying Ben Foster from West Brom keeper, isn't it?
Yeah.
And if West Brom, Stoke, and Southampton were to go down, there's a whole heap of good quality Premier League players. Shaqiri from Stoke,
Yeah.
I thought on his day is, as we saw, score against us. I think so. Charlie Austin would definitely be in the mix of players who you could snaffle in who've got proven quality at the Premier League level, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, he can be slightly injury prone, but again, you've got to think, he's getting on a little bit now, but certainly to bring him on at the end, he's got the height, he knows where the goal is, he's got the experience, and I don't think he costs an awful lot.
And he's got that proven track record, which is what
Indeed.
we've not signed a lot of in the last few couple of seasons, is it, Chris? Proven at Premier Leagues.
No, we've gone for names, we've gone for money. Um, I've never been a fan of Samani. My son loves him a bit. I think he's just a waste of money. But we seem to go for players, and then when we got them, not play them.
Well, what we tend to do, Chris, is sign some players you think. I'm not a Slimani fan, but then I'd be first to say I don't think he was given a fair shot at Leicester in the fact that it wasn't played enough. But we're signing players who you go, well, Vardy's always going to be number one pick. You know, like we've seen with Morgan and Dragovic. It looks like there's certain players where, or Kasper and Jakupovic. I don't know if some of these guys are any good because if the A players are fit, even if they're playing badly, they're going to get played.
But again, are we going, our managers in the past, or even close to a point, picking the team on reputation and the name? Vardy, I mean, you can't say anything against Vardy, but he is getting on a little bit now. And he has been found out, and this is what we've proven. He's not getting the goals he was a couple of seasons ago. And that's not the fact they're saying that he's suddenly a bad player. It's because a lot of the clubs have worked him out. And maybe you need a manager that's going to be strong and go, yeah, I like Vardy, but he's going to come on for the last 30 minutes or whatever when their defence is tiring, and then we can change it around like that. But you need to bring in the quality players, and we haven't been.
No.
And like you say, though, in fairness, Bruce's the same. When we bring the players in, they've not been given the chance. We bought all those players, spent a fortune on bringing them in, but they're stuck with the same team that won us the Champions, which you're bound to, which won us the Premier League.
Yeah. Chris, it's going to be a really interesting game on Thursday and the last few games to see what happens. Thanks a lot for joining us. Chris, it is, give us a plug, it's Leicester Till I Die, of course, isn't it?
It is Facebook group, Facebook page at Leicester Till I Die, and Twitter is at Leicester TID, and LeicesterTillIDie.com is the website.
And Chris, you've got to quickly go and grab that thing that's behind you and show it to everybody.
Oh,
Come on, show us that, baby.
I got absolutely taken the wee out of at work for buying this, but it is something that I will treasure. I say something that nobody will want left me to leave them in the will, I'm sure, but I absolutely memories.
Chris, that's absolutely amazing. The only trouble is now I want one.
Well, I'm going to start selling them and taking commission.
I'll buy one. We need one here.
It's got pride of place in the lounge, but in 10 years' time, it might have a pot plant going out the top. Who knows?
Who knows what's going to happen in the next year or two? Chris, thanks a lot for joining us. Everybody, if you can follow Chris's lot over at Leicester Till I Die, we're all the 100% guys are always over there commenting on Chris's stuff. It's brilliant over there. There's the group page, there's the website. So go and follow Chris. Go and follow 100 Leicester Till I Die. Of course, we want you to follow 100% LCFC as well. But we're all pals together. We're all Leicester, as we used to say when we used to go out clubbing into Leicester. We're all Leicester, so it doesn't matter.
Those were the days.
They were the days. Right. Anyway, everybody who's watching, thank you very much. If you can like and share the video, that's brilliant. We've well overrun because there's so much to talk about. And we'll see you soon. Keep it 100% and Leicester Till I Die. See you soon.